If you're running your lawn and care business in your 30s, 40s or 50s, have you ever considered still continuing your business, a profitable business, in your golden years? In your 70s maybe, still making a profit, still living the lifestyle, still doing those retirement things. You can do it all, or can you? G'day viewers, Jeff McPhee's Gardening, Melbourne, Australia. I'm in my 70s. I've been going 4 decades with my lawn and gardening business. And yes, I'm not retired, but I'm not fully employed. I've scaled my business down. I'm working a profitable business, and I'm also enjoying the benefits of retirement. So I've got the whole world at my feet. Now, I know a lot of you are going to say, well, if you've been so successful all those years, why are you still working? Because I want to. Because I enjoy working. I've got a purpose in life. It supplements our income. We can do things. We can do anything we want to. We work on our own terms. Got a sense of being, getting up in the morning, a purpose in life, and more importantly, keeping fit. I'm fortunate that I'm healthy enough to continue. Not so many others are. Today's video, it's a Q&A. I've had a few subscribers asking about what's it like working in your golden years, running your business. What tips have you got? You know, over the years, what can we do to get there, to go the long journey? The problem is, I see a lot of it happening that you take over an old codger's lawn run, and you find that he's so cheap. I vividly remember picking up a few customers that the old gentleman retired. These are a few years ago. And he was only charging $20 a lawn, and I was charging 63 times as much. Now, one thing that we must do if we do decide to go the long journey is to ensure that we maintain our pricing structure, ensure that we're running our business professionally, even in our 70s. That is so important. Why work 3 times as hard when you're older, where you could work like charging that 60 instead of 20 and going out enjoying more time, earning more money with least effort? The secret of longevity is working smarter and not harder, but you got to want to do it. And not everybody's fortunate enough to have that ability to keep working, you know, physical attributes, and we'll discuss these during the video. The physical demands of the job is really hard on our bodies. You know, the physicality doing our tasks. And when you're 70, it really, you have to be so careful. Conditions of the weather, you know, it's hot and it's cold and it's wet and it's drought and it's dry, all those things that come into it. My philosophy is, when I'm at my particular point in my life, I've got to make sure I pace myself, work smarter, not harder. And that's a philosophy I recommend to everybody, even when they start out, is to work smarter, not harder. Listen to your body. A couple of things I do is I make sure I do the work within my capabilities. High hedges on ladders is a no-no. Subby that out. Physical strenuous work. Using modern equipment, easy equipment, to make sure my life is easy to deal with. When we started out, and I fell for the same thing, the first 2 years are so important for the success of our business. Most businesses fail, and the reasons are many, but one of them is the physical condition. Now, what happens? We work 12 hours a day, 6 days a week to get all the customers up, to get the funds up, and all of a sudden, you know, we hit the wall after 2 years. I know, and that's why I needed to change my tact, to start honing in on specific work that I liked doing, specific work that was easier on my body, because I wanted to go the long journey, which I have. Now, when you're a young bloke, that's the last thing you think of. I can handle this, not a problem at all. I've seen so many burn out within 2 years, even in 20s and 30s, I've seen it happen. So if you're thinking about the longevity of your being in the game, think about the jobs that you're going to do. Think about how far you can push your body. It's a thing that can catch you very quickly. And nowadays, I do what I can, and if it's too hard, I won't do it. I don't want to come home and fall out of the ute like I used to when I was a young fella. I was absolutely exhausted. It's no way to live your life. It's my favourite subject, the customer. The customer is the one that's going to get you over the line. Over the years, I've marked a few customers that I wish to continue to have a business relationship with, because I know they were going to be good customers, and they have. I've got customers 40 years that I've had them. I've got commercial premises 20 and 30 years, because what I've done is I've identified those customers as being good. Not a problem as far as funds or money or worrying about quotes. Appreciate the value that I'm providing them. And it's a big thing to get that right customer. And what I recommend, as you're going along in your journey, mark a few customers that, gee, I wouldn't mind, having those on my books in years to come. Sure, they're going to sell, or they're going to ride on ahead, or they go out of business or whatever. That happens. But generally, what I've done is I've got a handful of customers that I make sure I maintain that relationship, provided that premium service. And now it's reaped its benefits, because now I don't have to worry about chasing work. I've got a select few customers, haven't got a lot, but the revenue that they provide is fantastic for the little effort that's required. They appreciate what I do. I do a great job for them, and they know me. They appreciate my experience. So I think a customer, the relationship, is a keystone to the success and the longevity of your business. All successful businesses have systems. If you don't have a system, your business is really going to struggle. And even as a lawn care operator, solo even, a system is so important to make it easier. And I've found by developing systems, my life is so much easier now. Just the simple things, touching the tools once, grab the edger, you grab the whip to do the whippersnipping, grab the mower and then grab the blower, making sure it's easy. It's a simple system. And the thing is, even if you're employing people and you have a system, and mowing, for example, anti-clockwise, we start at one point and try not to travel the tracks twice. So we edge all around, we whippersnip all around. We do it in anti-clockwise, so we bring all the material back onto the mowing area, and then we mow and then we blow. Film this as a training aid. If you've got employees and you've developed a system, why don't you film it? Why don't you put it in writing? So when you get employees on the books, or you may find someone that's going to help you out, if you can show them your system, it's so much easier for them to do. Other systems is having your ute, having it laid out, easy to get to. Tools are easy to get to. It's important to be able to find the right tool at the right time, and not spend half your time looking for it. Other good systems obviously is your route density, making sure that you're not travelling all over the place for jobs, and that's a give me. And especially as you get to my age, you don't want to be travelling too much. Yes, I do travel to my area, but other than that, it's minutes between each job. Other systems to use is obviously invoicing. You get older, you forget. So I've got an automatic invoicing system that when I arrive at the job, completed it, press the button, and invoice is dispatched. So I don't have to worry about chasing or forgetting to put the invoice in, which you can do, even as a younger person, I guess. There's a lot of system scheduling. There's all these things to look at to make it so much easier easier. The days of pen and paper and remembering things, I forget things, and you get older, and that happens when you're 70. So what's helped me is systems, and I've learnt those systems. I've improved them over the years through mistakes and through better planning. It's really important for me. Equipment is one of the greatest things that really help us old timers. Look, we had the old stage, dragging around those big 50, 60 kilo mass sport contractor mowers, heavy as, petrol line trimmers, petrol hedges, heavy as when we first started out, and even up into the last 5 years, smoky, noisy. And as a young bloke, it's probably nothing. But as an old fella, it really catches up with you. The vibration through your arm, the carpal, the problems I have, and numbness of fingers and hands, all those problems that you'll have using petrol. The answer, well, for me, battery. Battery mowers, battery hedges, everything's battery. The only thing I've got petrol is my mower, is my ride-on mower. But since 5 years now using battery, in the last 6 months I've started to use battery mowers. But since using battery, not a problem with numbness in the fingers, so much easier, so much lighter, and they do just as good, if not better job, especially the hedges do a fantastic job. With the mowers, you've got a variety of opportunities, 27 kilos, self-propelled, catching mower, really, really has made my life much easier. Now, I'm not doing big lawns. I understand if you're doing big lawns, we need to go up market, obviously. These ones I have suit my purpose, suit it down to the ground. Another thing I found with the equipment, mulching mowers. Now, a lot of my customers don't mind mulching, and it makes it so much easier. Have a look at this. It's just so easy to use. You don't have to pick up bags of grass, and it does a really good job, and you wouldn't even know the difference between them. There's a lot of operators that just mulch only. I bought a dedicated mulching mower. It's a Husqvarna mulching mower, 21-inch self-propelled. Does a fantastic job. Commercial, it's fully commercial. It's got a waterproof, and it's really does a great job. So equipment, think about battery, especially when you're old. It's just light. You're not pulling cords, you're not ripping your shoulder out. You're not swearing and cursing. You're not, fuel. You're not mixing fuel. It's just a beautiful life. None. I've got no pressures whatsoever. I've set the business up so I'm working part-time. I've set the business up so that I can get things done when I want to do them. I'm not under any obligation to anybody. My customers know I'll perform the task. The customers know I will be there. I won't let them down. But at the same time, I can enjoy those things that people do in retirement. But the biggest thing I have is that I'm keeping fit. I'm passionate about my work. Still, after 40 years, I'm still passionate about my work. I still love going out to work. But I can do it when I want to do it. I'm doing it on my terms. And I can do the retirement things on my terms. And that's why there's no pressure. It is so, look, it's the best life ever now. If I fully retired, look, I probably will enjoy that eventually, when I'm 80 maybe. But I really like having that freedom to do things when I want to do them. But having that extra income coming in to supplement our household, there's a lot more things that my wife and I can do. And it just makes it so much enjoyable. Plus, she doesn't want me under her feet all day long either, or, walking behind her carrying the shopping. My father-in-law once said, he said, listen, young fella, he said, never ever get to a stage where you go shopping with your missus and you're following behind and carrying the shopping, or, hey, listen, love, go and put the shopping back into the car and I'll keep shopping. You don't want to get into that sort of stage. I love her dearly, of course. I hope she's not watching, but this is what life's about, of course. Look, so there you have it. Look, if you are thinking about going a long journey, just have a think about some of the milestones that you'll achieve throughout your career. Think about your body, think about the equipment that you're using, thinking about the customers that you take on board, that you keep, the type of work that you do. Limit yourself, don't spread yourself too far. It'll work, but if you don't enjoy it, forget about it. Go and do something else, because it won't work. It'll only work if you really truly are passionate about your business, and I am, and I guess, look, maybe I'm a freak. I don't know, but I know there's other people like me, and I think, if you really want to go that distance and enjoy it, it can be done. And it's really, really rewarding, to sit back at the end of the day and say, I've been for 4 decades doing this thing. Not many people have a job for that long, but to be your own boss, that just so excites me. And I'm still excited about the business. I'm still excited about working and problem solving. I've got an array of different customers that have different problems, and it's really enjoyable to solve those problems and keeps the old mind sharp as much as I can at my age. What are you going to do? Do you want to get out and retire early? Look, if you've got a great superannuation scheme, you've got tons of investments, good on you. Just do what is right for you. This is right for me. We're going to be really fine. And, let me know in the comments below how you propose. Where do you see yourself when you're at my stage in the 70s? Viewers, thanks for watching, and please subscribe. Really appreciate that, and looking forward to seeing you on the next one.